If you're looking to tie in accessories to your headlight switch, in this case I have some EL wire that I'm installing on the dash that I want to turn on with all the other interior lights like window switches and gear selector and gauges. I want it to turn on at the same time, and that's controlled with the headlight switch here, so when it's on auto, once it gets dark enough, everything turns on. So I want to find those wires that supply the power, and then I want to hook the lights right here directly up to that. So we'll back probe it, see where the power comes in, which of the two wires we need to pair into, and then wire it up. After probing around a little bit, I have it on these two wires. Whenever I turn the headlights on, which turns on all the interior lights, boom, we get to 12 volts, and then when I turn it off, it cuts the power. And the two wires that that's hooked up to, right here, that's the brown and gray wire. To convert that 12 volt power to 5 volt power, which is what the EL strips take, we're going to use the old case from the adapter, which goes from the car plug to the 5 volt USB. Got everything wired up, it's spliced in, so whenever you turn this on, you can see the blue ring on this turns on. I have it plugged right in, and then all the EL wire lights out. Turn out the light so you can really see what it looks like. Now whenever the headlights would turn on, it comes on with all the other interior lights. That looks really good. So I'm kind of learning how this all installs, and it has like a little tail on the end of it, and it just pushes in place on a seam between the trim. So I pushed all that in, and this trim was pretty tricky to get it to go into, so I had to pull all the front trim off, tuck it underneath, and then reinstall it. There's a few places where it's a little bit uneven. I might go back and fix those, but at least I know that this works now. Got the whole system set up, and it looks really good. Whatever you do, just be careful with this switch. It's not cheap to get a replacement. On ECS Tuning, I think it was around $300 for a new one. It does a lot of things, like as it comes out, it pulls out, which turns fog lights on, and then to pull the switch out, it pushes in and turns. So it's a complicated switch. To get this switch out, you push in on it, twist, and then push back, and it just pops out. EL wire is a little different than LED wire. EL wire stands for electroluminescence, and it's a different glow. It's a very, at least in this particular case, it's a dull glow. It's about the same brightness as like your gauges and then all your controls, so it's not going to be too bright whenever you're driving at night. It just glows the color that it is, and it's very even. And something that's kind of cool with EL wire is you can cut it anywhere you want, and it won't affect anything. So I have a bunch at the end that I've just tucked in the glove box, but I can just cut it off at the end, and I don't need to worry about it not like reflecting back or anything. It's very easy just to make your own. Nice.